My boyfriend barely can find time to spend with me and I feel lonely. Should I leave? If you need a relationship where somebody has more time, then go get that. For me, I understood that the reason why my husband had little time was because he ran a business and he was a baby daddy. Like a son in hockey, right? Girl in baseball, running a business at the same time. So he had very little time to spend with me, but I wasn't looking at just now. I was looking at our life later on down the road. Like, this weekend we watched 2 movies together, right? And we had sushi together and we watched some more TV and snuggled on the couch. Like, we've been getting more time together because we're 48. We got together when we were 35. No, 15 years. So 33. Anyways, we've been together for 15 years. The first 14 years, we had very little time to spend together. Now he has a lot more time to spend with me. We go for motorcycle rides. So, I understood that he was busy then. I knew he wouldn't be busy forever. I knew that he was busy then because life made him busy then. I knew that he would have more time later because his kids would be grown. His business would be more established. It wouldn't require so much of him in order to keep making money. So, like they say, the first million is really hard, right? And he was working towards that first million. The second million is still hard, but it's not as hard as the first million. And so I understood that he was sacrificing. And if I wanted to be in this relationship, I need to be somebody who could sacrifice with him. But he was sacrificing for a greater reward down the road. And so I also understood if I was with him down the road, I would be the one taking part in that greater reward with him. So I, said, okay, I'm in for this. I can sacrifice today. I can think long term. I can sacrifice 1 marshmallow today for 2 marshmallows tomorrow. This year is tough. We don't want to give up. Tips: dating in a pandemic, cross-border, have flown to see them twice. Long-distance relationships, guys. I am writing a booklet, I would say, on long-distance relationships. It's going to be filled with tips. In the meantime, I would suggest you dive into Fix That Shit. Make sure you don't fight, or get coaching sessions if you are fighting, to make sure you smooth everything out and get everything, really nice and cohesive, because it's hard to be intimate over long distance. You can't touch each other. Boyfriend and I were fighting a lot before he went to basic training. I think it was because, guys, don't give me puzzle pieces. I'm good. A puzzle piece is if you're breaking up your question. I can't do puzzle pieces. I need everything all in one thing because things can start to fly by fairly quickly. How do I make my man be more romantic? He travels a lot. Big CEO hard. So here's the thing. If you want a romantic man, then you get with a romantic man. You don't get in a relationship and go, okay, now let's change you. We don't get into relationships to change people. We accept the people we get in a relationship with. If the person you got into a relationship with is unacceptable, then you didn't know them well enough before getting into a relationship with them. And know that, the courtship phase is more intense than the reality phase. It is an inefficient phase. You take up an inefficient amount of time. My husband, he was romantic with someone else. I chased him. It's like you can't make them be what they are not. You can't make them do what they don't want to do. You can show gratitude for what they do and see if that gratitude creates a sense of goodwill and they want to do more, right? So that is something that you can do, but it's hard, guys. Like, it really is. It's a lot easier to know who you're getting with and accept the qualities that they bring to the relationship. Just read No More Assholes. What should I read next? So did you find your partner? If not, you can get into Say Yes to Goodness. I feel like I should make this more clear. Here we go. My boyfriend tends to lean towards girls friendship wise. He keeps making new female friends. I'm worried. That's honestly, for me, that's not who I want to get in a relationship with. I'm not looking to get into a guy who's seeking the attention of other girls. Advice for long distance relationships: make sure you don't fight, because you can't recreate that intimacy as well as if you were in person and you could hug after a fight. So graphic session if you guys are fighting. Guys, who wants a notification when I go live? Or do we have any newbies here? Any newbies? Say holla. What if they lose their romantic side down the line? Maybe time to spark things up. I'm okay with evolution, right? Like my husband, you know, in the courtship phase, my husband met me at his door wearing just jeans. He's so sexy in just jeans, wearing just jeans. And he kissed me passionately, scooped me up in his arms, carried me to his bed. He used to light candles, right? Now he turns on the lamp. It's okay, in my mind, for things to evolve and change, for you to settle into each other. If you want romance, bring the romance instead of getting upset that he's not thinking about romance anymore. It's okay to do what you want instead of demand what you want. You are frustrating yourself by standing back and saying, I want you to do this. Right? Like, does he not do other things for you? Is like, does he do nothing? Is it like, I don't see what you do? If you made a list of the romantic things that you want and you made a list of everything he does, would you trade this for this? Would you say, you know what, I'll take this out. I will take this out. Everything he does on this list, everything he does, I will take this out for this. If that's what you would do, maybe you're with the wrong person, right? Like you need to find somebody who thrives on this. Your partner shows you his love this way. If you need somebody who shows you love this way, doesn't do this, take this away, you don't get it anymore, you just get this, would you take that? If not, show gratitude for this. Do the romance that you want. Don't stand back and go, like, you know, when we do this, we are pissing ourselves off. When we stand back and we go, okay, I want him to notice. I want him to notice. It hasn't been a while that I haven't hugged him. I want him to notice and come and hug me. And then we get upset that they don't come and read our minds. And so, you know, the vibration that you're giving off, it's like stink waves. It's like BO. If you put yourself in a bad mood because of expectations, right? Somebody said setting high expectations. Exactly. Expectations are the story you create inside your head that will disappoint you when they don't come true. If you do that, he needs to know that I want romance. I keep telling him I want romance and he's not being romantic, and now you're doing this and now it's stink waves. It's BO coming off of you. Who wants to be close to somebody with BO? You're not going to get anything romantic if that's what you're doing. But if you set the romantic mood, if you create the romantic scene that you want, there it is, my love. So instead of standing back and saying, you do it, I'm not going to recognize anything else you do. You do this in order for me to feel like you love me, in order for me to feel close to you. Ah, this is sweet. I'm so romantic. He says he loves me by providing. Yes. Yes, this is what I'm saying, you guys. I am loving you. Stop saying I'm not doing enough. Look at what I do. You are creating a sense that he's not good enough. You're creating a sense that nothing I do is good enough. And do you know what that does? It diminishes their desire to do anything for you. Like this is what I want to do, and I do this willingly and I do it lovingly, but it doesn't matter. Well, there goes my motivation to do anything. Like, this is what I want to do, this is how I am showing it, and it doesn't matter. Well, fuck, right? And like, you deflate them. If you want them to rise up into intimacy, be grateful for what they do And they'll be like, wow, I feel so good in this relationship. I love you so much. You're so amazing. Yeah, baby, right? And now, like, seriously, like the way my husband pulls me in and holds me and kisses me every fucking day is romantic. It really is, you guys. It's a fairy tale every day. And do you know why I get that? Because I accept how he shows me love, and I say, baby, you're my favorite. Baby, you're the best husband in the world. Baby, I love you so much. Baby, you're so good to me. I love you. I appreciate you. And then every day he's like, come here, my queen, right? Let me plant one on you. And then he kisses me, and it just lasts. Like, I mean, seriously, I say minimum 5 seconds a day. The kisses he gives me is like a good 15 seconds. Like, he just holds it because he is savoring me. You know why? Because I smell good. I smell like gratitude. I smell like appreciation. I smell like understanding. Oh, that's cute. I know. Oh, that's just a troll. That's just a troll, Miss Honey. Gotta. What's this? I'm looking at what you guys are writing right now. I know it is. But what if he turns you down more often than not? Sounds like a coaching session might be in order, love. This is sweet. Changed my car tires, treated me to celebratory Starbucks and dinner for our first home purchase. Oh, wasted 3 months. Wasted 3 months. Why? Because you didn't know how to teach someone how to kiss you? Or what? Hi, Mama Queen. Wow. Them rough people in the comments tonight. I had to learn to recognize non-movie romance. It might not be dramatic, but it's so sweet. It is so sweet. It really is. And the thing is, like, when you appreciate their practical shows of love, when you appreciate it, then their intimate shows of love become more romantic. Like the kisses that my husband gives me are romantic, you guys. Like, is it not romantic when your man pulls you in and kisses you and it's a long, lingering, loving kiss? Is that not romantic? Do you want that? I know somebody's like, I smell like gratitude. I love that, right? Right? What happens if they suck at kissing? Then it's 3 months wasted. So here's the thing. What happens if you suck at teaching? Everybody has different technique. Every woman. Like, seriously. Where are the men? Are there men in the comments here? Are there men in the comments? Where are the men's at? How do I not freak out when he tells you about a new female friend? He gave me reasons not to trust. Dump the motherfucker! Why are you with a guy who seeks the attention of other girls? That's your choice. Your choice. Stop choosing those guys. I love this advice you have to share. Thank you. So, where are the men at? Do I have men in the comments? Hey, I see one. You teach him how to kiss? I taught my man how to kiss. He's now the best kisser I've ever had in my entire life. I'm here. All the men. Hello, my men. My men is watching. So those, the men in the comments, those of you who've had more than one female sexual partner, was it different to please her with every girl? Did every girl require different moves, techniques, pressures to please her? I hate material things. I just want long kisses. That's my gift. Of course, right? So we got one saying yes, duh. Some girls like different things. I'm a gay man. Sorry, I can't answer that. Yes, here's another one. There's two. Everyone is different. It's about adapting. Exactly. For everybody who says, what if it's 3 months and they're not a good kisser? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? How come it doesn't occur to you that you should teach what you like when it comes to your body? When people ask that question, it's like, I thought the answer was obvious. I thought you knew you're supposed to teach people what you like. I thought, right? So if that's the problem and you didn't realize the answer simply is you teach them your technique, it makes me wonder, like, do you just not communicate when it comes to your body? Like I'm ready to communicate. I want flowers, but I can't communicate that this is how I like to be kissed. Less tongue, please, right? Absolutely teach. It wasn't that obvious to me. Thank you for answering. Yes, absolutely teach, my love. Absolutely. Absolutely. Absolutely you teach them. Everybody's different. They're going to bring the technique they brought from the last girl that was different from the one from the last girl, right? They're trying to figure out what you like. He stuck around for 3 months. He deserves a little lesson. He deserves a little lesson. Like, the reason why he's there is because he wants to know how to make you happy. And he figured out enough for you to pick him by 3 months and get that first kiss. So he did a good job so far of listening to you and applying what he learned about you to make you happy. So continue teaching. It's not over at 3 months. You always look so pretty. Thank you. Hi. I always show your videos to my long distance relationship boyfriend. We talk about what we think about it. I love this. I love this. I bet that creates a lot of interesting conversations. My boyfriend and I used to fight a lot. He was gone for 6 months and now we don't. Is it a phase that we aren't? No, it's good. Appreciate it. Been talking to a guy for a few months now, meeting in person a couple weeks. For the first time, advice. Use a no kissing for 3 months dating rule. Make sure you know them. Did you get boyfriend level attention during that time? When a person states, I'm not changing for anyone, is that a dead end? Yeah. Yeah. My mom doesn't want me to move in with a boyfriend of 3 years because we're not married. I'm 23, advice to tell her. Mom, I'm an adult. I appreciate your input, and I will always consider what you say, but I am an adult. I am paying my own way. Girl, you better be paying your own way. You better be an adult. By the way, she's treating you like a child if you're living at home and eating her food, right? But if you are like on your own, paying your way, and she's like, no, you can't do that. Mom, I'm an adult now, but thank you. Why should you do the no kissing rule? So if you're just looking for fun, your only criteria is, do I find them attractive and do I trust them? That's it, right? So no long list. If you want a long-term committed relationship, in other words, you're looking for your future husband, your future baby daddy, the future person you're going to make major purchasing decisions with, like a home. If you're looking for that person, is the only criteria, do I find them attractive and do I trust them? Or do you have a longer list of the character traits that you need? Like, are they devoted? Are they long-term thinkers? Are they generous? Are they financially stable? Are they smart with their money? Do they have integrity? Do they seek the attention of other girls? Right? Like, do they have a sense of humor? Are they kind? Are they thoughtful? So you have a longer list if you're looking for a long-term relationship. So since you have a longer list, you have more qualities you need to be looking for. You won't know those in 4 dates because people can say whatever they want. Yeah, I'm financially stable. Oh no, it turns out they still live in mom and dad's basement. And they have major credit card debt, right? And they're driving mom and dad's car. So they can say whatever they want. You need to take the time to see if the words they say match up to reality. And if over the course of 3 months you don't meet the people that are important to them, you're not even included in their life. So don't even bother kissing that doesn't include you in their life. Don't kiss somebody who keeps you a secret. Don't kiss somebody and hope it turns into a committed relationship. Let them know you're not kissing anybody until you've chosen somebody for a committed relationship. And a committed relationship is what you're going for. And if you're not here for that, that's okay, keep going. Because I'm using this no kissing for 3 months dating rule to make sure I find somebody who's what I'm looking for, is serious about starting a relationship, shares my goals and my timeline, and we are on the same page starting a relationship. But again, it doesn't matter what they say. What matters is what they do. So people can talk a big game. Can you follow through? Scammers can't follow through for 2 months, 2.5 months. They'll fall off way before that. So you want the person who's like, I'll show you who I am because I'm not afraid to show you who I am, because what I'm telling you about who I am is the truth. It's true when I say I want a relationship. It's true when I say we share the same goals. It's true when I say we share the same timelines, because when you talk to my inner circle about who I am, when I introduce you to them, they corroborate what I say. You should be my therapist. I need you to be my therapist. I do one-on-one sessions, by the way. You can get those through the link tree in my bio. So just go ahead and go into that link tree and click the one-on-one button. It takes you to a page. Follow the instructions on the page and you can book yourself in for a session. Advice on not being exclusive, that's really easy. Just don't be exclusive. If you want to be exclusive, use the no kissing for 3 months dating rule, because guys who don't want to be exclusive but do want the sex will say they want to be exclusive, but just not right now. I got to get to know you longer. Well, okay, well, no kissing and no sex while we get to know each other. And if they run, they were bullshitting you. So guys who say they want a relationship, but it's going to take them some time, okay, great. No kissing, no sleepovers for 3 months while we get to know each other. Oh, no, I can't wait 3 months for first kiss. Oh, so what you're saying is it's not about getting to know me to see if you want to start a relationship. It's just about having sex, and that's why you're running away. Okay, I get it. I see. High school relationships, going to college. I don't have any general advice for that. I don't, right? Like, if that's what you're choosing, then that's great. If you're happy, then that's great. If you're having trouble, come get some coaching sessions so that we can help you through the trouble spots if that's what you want to do. Do you suggest moving in with significant other when you aren't married yet? I like test driving. My friend is very codependent and won't do the 3-month rule. You then, like, you get what you end up with, right? Do you think I should forgive him for messaging other girls? Not if you don't want to. You're welcome. You are welcome. Guys, who wants a notification when I go live? Say I do. Also, don't forget to go follow me on Instagram. We're doing our next giveaway soon for a coaching session, a 1-hour coaching session. Does the 3-month rule apply to long distance relationships, even if we rarely see each other? How much are you seeing each other? Face to face, FaceTime. If they're giving you boyfriend level attention, it counts. If not, it doesn't. My I-dos, all my I-dos, those of you who want a notification, click my picture here once or twice. You're going to get a pop-up. In the pop-up is a bell. Click on the bell. Already have notifications on. I love that. When you click on that bell, say, I just did. If your family doesn't like your significant other because of problem occurrence, fix the problem, and with time, they will see that the problem is fixed and they'll change their mind. I've been asking a lot about LDRs in your lives, about to visit him in his home state. Advice? Just meditate if you're nervous. I just did. Hello, my just dids. I did make a YouTube channel. I have a YouTube channel. I have a podcast. You can find the links to that in the link tree in my bio, or just go to YouTube, type Canada's Dating Coach. Go to Google, type Canada's Dating Coach. You'll see links to my podcast, like Canada's Dating Coach podcast. One-on-one, what are the available times and days, because I work a bunch. So when you go to the page where you go book yourself in for a one-on-one coaching session, you're going to see in big text, it says click here to book your session. So once you purchase your session, go back to that page, click on that area. It takes you to my booking calendar. If you want, just click that first and see my availabilities and see if any of my times match what you need. My mother watched my husband and I literally scream at each other. We fixed that shit. She loves him. Yes, Michelle. Yeah. Still working on ending relationship, but he tries to keep me close. I like it, but it's not enough. So follow through. Those of you who are setting yourself up to get notification, make sure you go into TikTok, into your settings, and click the notifications tab in your settings and turn on your notifications there. And then make sure your notifications for TikTok are turned on your device. Do this after the live when you get a minute. Let's start this again. My husband has no social media. It's so refreshing. What are your thoughts on that? I love it. My husband has zero social media. He doesn't care at all to be public. Somebody asked earlier, my boyfriend doesn't post on Instagram. Red flag or not? It's not if he's not the sort of person who doesn't post his life on Instagram. It's all about the behaviors, right? Is this consistent? Is it consistent for him to not post, or does he post everything about his life except for you? How to get over an ex? I got a book for you. It's called Comeback Queen. Why do people want to quickly put new relationships on social media? It's the professing part, and someone's like, honestly, guys, how often are your behaviors done out of insecurity? Like, I'm going to post you on social media because I want you to post me on social media, right? Like, I'm doing it because I want you to do it. So really second guess your own impulses, your own behaviors, and ask yourself, is this a manipulation? Am I doing this because I want the other person to do it? Or am I doing it because I want to do it and it doesn't matter whether or not they do it? What to do to get him to say I love you to me? Well, it depends how far you are in the relationship. If it's after 6 months, say, do you love me? Yes. I did that, right? Somebody says, wow, I never thought of that. I was telling my husband where I went, who I talked to, what we said, because that's what I wanted him to do. And then I was getting mad that he wasn't doing it back. And I was like, I do this because I respect you. And he's like, I'm not asking you to do this. Like, this is your choice. And I was like, well, fine. I'm not going to tell you things anymore. And then I stopped because I was mad, right? But then I realized that there was a lot of freedom in giving up behaviors that I was actually doing out of manipulation. It's been a year. Ask him, do you love me? Straight up now, tell me, do you really want to love me forever? What about a guy who says he loves you after 2 weeks? What? Oh no. When they get angry, you don't I don't understand what that is, love. You're giving me a puzzle piece. Paula Abdul, that's right. After 2 weeks, I see that's love bombing. Totally. 6 months, yeah, that makes sense, because you went through your 3-month honeymoon period, which was basically you on best behavior syndrome. You had 3 months of you actually knowing each other. So 6 months is about the right time to start saying I love you. What's my opinion on people who don't have a relationship with their family? Honestly, like, I don't talk to my mom because she's abusive, right? So what's the reason? I just noticed you're a dating coach. I've been married 28 years. I still watch. That's so cute. They get angry, I don't reciprocate posting on Facebook, then it means they're trying to control you. What about when you say I love you after 7 years? What about it? That's fine. Used to get a sub because my person didn't post it on social media. Remember, he had pics of me on his wall. See? That's cute. What was the reason? Right? I love that Cardi B clip. I think that's so awesome. What was the reason? It's best. Dude, love bombing is basically trying to fool you into falling for them. So love bombing is essentially when they're super active with like loving things. Like they'll call you hun and sweetie and babe, and it's like a week or two. Like what? They'll say I love you after 2 weeks. They'll like flowers, dinners, gifts, right? And it's 2 weeks. Like you don't know me yet. You literally don't know me. You don't love me because you don't know me. You don't love what you don't know. It doesn't make any sense. It really doesn't make any sense. It's like see this book? I haven't read it yet, but I love it. It does not make sense. Oh, Michaela, booking herself in for a session. I think Michaela is doing the No More Insecurity course. Miss Michaela. I think we think attraction is love, yes. We have a lot to learn about what love actually is. We have a lot to learn about what love actually is. I talk about the no kissing for 3 months dating rule, and y'all freak out. What do you mean? No touching for 3 months? No kissing doesn't mean no affection. Don't you know the difference between kissing and affection? Don't you know the difference between intimacy and sexuality? Trying to book a one-on-one. I booked something. Is that you, Michaela? Was that you, Miss Lady? So I saw your appointment come in. Make sure you go back to that page and pre-purchase your session, because they don't keep the appointment times unless you pre-purchase the session. And in case anyone is wondering why you have to pre-purchase a session, it's so that I don't bring any negative energy with me because somebody didn't pay for their session. I never want to bring any negative energy to a session. So you guys pre-purchasing your session means I always have an absolutely clear mind. It puts me in the best place. I have zero concerns about anything, which means I'm fully focused on you. Haven't read that particular book, but I know I would love it. How do you define love? Love is a verb. Love is what you do for each other. Love is what you do to make the other person happy. Love is not trying to change somebody. Love is not trying to control somebody. Love is what you do as a gift. I do this and I release the outcome. That is a gift. If you do it to get it back, that's a manipulation. How do I get over him? Yeah, make sure you go pre-purchase your session, love. How do you get over him? Come Back Queen. Come Back Queen is the book that helps you move on after a breakup. Ex got his mom to buy my birthday gift that were from him. That's fine. That's fine. How do I sign up for your No More Insecurity course? I need to take this. So go to my bio, click on the link tree. You're going to see the No More Insecurity button. Go ahead and click that and it takes you to the page where you can purchase a course. Damn you, insightful. It's good stuff. Yay. Love what you do to make someone happy. Is that correct? Yes. But as a gift, right? You do it and you release the outcome. Do you ever think about writing an autobiography or memoir? Yes, I have the title. I already have the cover art. I have the title and I have the cover art. Do you guys want to see the cover art? Do you guys want to see the cover art for my autobiography? Do you have coaching for parent-child relationship too? Absolutely. I honestly, guys, I coach everything. I niche on dating relationships, but I am a life coach. Yes. Y'all want to see the picture? Okay, it's an interesting story. Hold on a sec. Straight up now, tell me. Oh yeah, baby. Okay. Okay. I want to see the cover. I haven't done the cover. So, but I have the image that's going to go on the cover. Do you coach married couples? Yes, I do all the time. Sometimes both show up, sometimes just one, but I can work with just one person and help make a relationship better. My queen is a writing machine. That's right. Because my husband has never fixed that shit. I became the emotional leader and our relationship got better. So if just one person comes to me, I can still help the relationship. It's going to be backwards. There's no writing on it. You ready? This is the picture that's going to be on the cover of my autobiography. Guess who that is? Why should I see you, a relationship coach, over a psychotherapist or clinical psychologist? If you trust me, if you like what I say, if what I say resonates with you, if you want to work with somebody who's in a 15-year relationship, who hasn't had a fight in 5 years with their partner, then I'm the one you want to go see. That's all. I do, just because I don't have letters after my name doesn't mean I'm uneducated. Just because I don't have letters after my name doesn't mean I'm unqualified. I've helped a ton of people. There's some people on here who've had coaching sessions with me. It's actually me. Somebody said it was my sister. Chantal is efficient. Honestly, I would make more money if I was less efficient, but I truly believe with every session, I want to give you solutions. You don't come to just talk and then leave having just talked. You talk, I help you understand, I give you tools at every session. And so they keep using the word efficient because that's how you feel, right? Like you feel like this time has been well used. It is me. So this is me when I was 24. This is me 24 years ago. 24 years ago. So it makes me curious about what's in the book. Thank you. No, I know you weren't suggesting that I wasn't educated. I'm genuinely curious. Yes. Yeah, I know. And that's why I actually answered your question, because sometimes I do get trolly people who ask that because they want to kind of pick at me. And I totally understood that that's where you're coming from. So some of you, my No More Asshole readers, no problem can't be solved in 20 minutes or less. Queen Elizabeth, right? Occam's razor. The most simplest solution is usually the right one. And that's, I am the queen of simple solutions. So 24 years ago, I was working on increasing my confidence. And my No More Asshole readers, where are you at, my No More Asshole readers? Say, here I am. Those who have read the book, those who, Chantal gives solutions, therapists usually can't. Michelle knows, she's been around. Sorry, Michelle. So 24 years ago, here I am. I was working on increasing my confidence, and I moved to Montreal and I got invited to a party. And I was the sort of person, if you brought me to a party and the only one I knew was you, I was a wallflower. And I was like a wreck, honestly, like shaking stomach and knots, dry mouth, sweaty palms. I couldn't talk to people. If they came and talked to me, I could have a conversation, but I couldn't start a conversation to save my life. And that made me miserable to be that way, to be so socially awkward. Yay, Michaela. And so that's how I was, yes. And so How do you define being an emotional leader? Doing the right thing because it's the right thing to do, putting ego aside, and doing the right thing despite the battle of ego inside of you that wants to be defensive. So I got invited to a party and I said yes. And I said to myself, I'm going to be a different person. Nobody knows who I am. Nobody knows I'm socially awkward. No one has ever seen me that way. I'm going to show up and I'm going to be different because I want to be different. I don't want to be this way anymore. And so I read a book, How to Work a Room. I took those tools. I came to that party and I was terrified inside, but I didn't show it on the outside. And I used those tools. And before that party was over, I was invited to the next party by that host. And I did go to the next party and I was terrified, but I used the tools again. And then he invited me to his next party. And at that party, one of the girls there invited me to her party. And at that party, she was a photographer and I met another photographer. And we talked. And by the way, at that fourth party, somebody came up to me and said, "You're so self-assured. I wish I could be like you." And that was when I became confident. I went from faking it to feeling it, which was amazing, you guys. But I met this photographer at that fourth party. And I was like, I love art. I love art. And I said, like, I would pose for you. I just want a copy. And he was like, "That's amazing." And so he called me up and he said, "I love you back." So he called me up and he said, like, I want, there's this wall of ivy against this like old building in Montreal, like a heritage building, like it's completely covered in ivy. And like, I want to put you in the ivy and I just want to take a picture. And I was like, yeah. And so this is the picture that he took. Because look at how raw my face is. Like, it took so long for me to realize, oh, like I was 25 in Mexico City working at, you know, this beautiful exclusive bar. Like, you know, you had to wear a jacket in this bar. The bodyguards had to leave their guns at the door. Like, this was this bar that I worked at in Mexico City. And we had like in the girls' dressing room, we had a house mom, we had a masseuse, and we had a stylist. And the stylist was like a gay man. He's like, "You have to let me pluck your eyebrows." I'd never plucked my eyebrows in my life. So here I am at 24, you know, and I'm still wild, right? Like, can you put the picture up beside your face? I don't know if that, maybe I have to go back a little bit. Perfect picture for your book. So the title for my book, who here knows how much I talk about our earlier evolution? Who here knows how much I talk about cavemen and cavewomen? I love you too. I'm from Montreal too. That's amazing. Who here knows how much I talk about cavemen and cavewomen? I do. Thank you for sharing the picture and the story. You're so welcome. Yes. Yeah. So the title of my memoir is going to be Elegant Cave Woman. With this picture. Elegant Cave Woman. Because that's what I am. I'm an elegant cave woman. I love it. I can't wait to read it. Yes. Yeah. My boyfriend's uncle hit on me. I told my boyfriend, what do I do if we see him? Like, ignore him. Smash rock, that's right. Picture says it all. What was the inspiration for the title? Just the, like, I say that I'm very primal. I'm very much a cave woman. Books on Audible. I do have an audio book. Fix That Shit. You will find that in audiobook form, but it's not on Audible. It's only through the link tree in my bio. Love the picture. Thank you. Guys, who wants a notification when I go live? Are there some newbies here now? Say I do. I do. Oh, look at you. Okay. So guys, those of you who want a notification when I go live, click my picture up here. Once or twice, you're going to get a pop-up. In the pop-up is a bell. Click on the bell. When you do that, say, I just did. Charlie is in the bedroom on my bed. That's his new sleepy spot when I come to my lives. When I come to my lives, or when I make my TikToks, I would go grab him right now, but honestly, this top is only holding on by like a little snap button, and it's already popped open on me before I came live. So I'm afraid if I go grab him, it's gonna pop open on me. So we ain't gonna do that tonight. Not gonna get banned on TikTok tonight. What I do if my boyfriend won't let me go into his phone without permission? Respect his desire to want your permission. Did you pick a trustworthy partner? That's the question. Did you go for a motorcycle ride this weekend? It was too cold. Don't hit on me, Trevs, because I will boot you out. If you're here to learn, stay. If you're here to hit on me, I will kick you out. Likely block you, because I'm just not here for that. Would you recommend getting a master's degree? It depends what you want to do. If you want to work for yourself, like, here's the thing, right? Like, some people want to get that piece of paper because they want to be able to have insurance companies cover their costs when people come to them. I just didn't want to wait that long. Like the amount of time it would take for me to go get that piece of paper, like I wanted to write my books so I could show you what I knew. I wanted to build my platform. I wanted to be ready for you guys and start working with you guys as soon as possible. So, and I wanted to work for myself. So all of that meant I didn't want nor need the piece of paper. So if you absolutely want to be able to have people be able to go through their insurance, go get that piece of paper. If you absolutely want to go work for an organization that requires a piece of paper, go get that piece of paper. If you want to work for yourself, and you just want to start, and you don't want to take that time and spend that money, and you just want to start, then you don't need the piece of paper. You need to be good at what you do. You need to understand human behavior. You need to have enough experience in your life overcoming what it is you want to teach other people how to overcome. I really don't think it's cool to market yourself as a professional when you haven't done the journey, right? Like, if you're going to market yourself as somebody who's going to teach people how to build homes, but you've never built a home, I don't think that's cool. If you're going to market yourself as somebody who's going to teach people how to cook, but you've never cooked, I don't think that's cool. If you're going to market yourself as somebody who's going to teach people how to get into long-lasting, loving relationships, but you've never been in one, I don't think that's cool, because you just don't quite understand the nuances of the process. And this is, I'm a life coach. I've started a business and made it successful. I've gotten myself out of addiction. I've gotten myself out of depression. I've switched careers time and again. I've stepped forward with courage and been successful at everything that I've chosen to do, whether it was stripping or home buying or relationships or, mental health, right? So I'm not teaching anything I have not overcome. I do sometimes talk about raising kids. I wouldn't say I'm the most qualified person to talk about raising kids. I've watched it from the outside. I can't say I know how it feels. But apparently my advice on raising kids tends to be good too, but I don't market myself as an expert in that. People ask me, why doesn't any of my platform talk about LGBTQ relationships? And I say, because it's not what I lived. I have nothing against those relationships. I fully support and love those relationships, but I talk about what I live. I bring myself forward as an expert in what I've lived. So that's my advice on that, if you should get a master's degree. And think you're wonderful and super smart. I love you. Thank you. What do you mean by you're a cave woman? Can you explain? So we still have functions in our instinct that are what kept us alive when we were early Homo sapien. Early Homo sapien is the evolution before this. We are currently Homo sapien. So there are things that kept us alive then that are still functioning now, but in this environment, which has changed drastically since early Homo sapien, it is now a glitch. Like we seek what's familiar. In early Homo sapien time, seeking the familiar meant I sought the places that I knew. The places that I know are the safe places. I know where the predators are, so it's safer. I know where the food sources are, so it's safer. I won't get eaten and I won't starve. But we still have that in our brain. I seek the familiar. But now this means women stay, men too, people stay in relationships that are abusive day after day after day because there is comfort. There's a feeling of comfort in the familiar. And so we are afraid to leave the comfortable, familiar, abusive relationship because we fear the unknown, which we did back in early Homo sapien day. If we went to new territory, it was with a sense of fear because I don't know what dangers lie ahead. In this territory, I know where the dangers are. Right? So this is why I use the word cave woman a lot. I still have a lot of primalness inside of me. I get that knee-jerk jealous reaction if a woman talks to my man, right? But I recognize it's because there's a primal part of my brain that sees my man as a resource. My man is one of my resources that keeps me alive. He's part of my survival. He helps protect me. He helps me find food. He helps protect the baby that we make together. And so I get a knee-jerk reaction if another woman comes around him because I don't want to lose this resource, this survival resource. But that's your biological body, by the way. Yeah. So I do divide us into 3 parts so that we can better understand how we function, the biological body, the logical mind, the spiritual connections. Can a couple separate, find themselves, and then get back together? We've been dating since high school. Yeah, absolutely. Everything is possible. I've seen that happen time and again. I found that I would self-soothe by looking through his phone. I can't help my own anxiety. Yes, you can. Don't talk about yourself as though you have no control. You are not helping your own anxiety, and part of that is you haven't sought out the right tools to help your own anxiety. If you want to stop this, come take my No More Insecurity program, because I teach you how to overcome your anxiety. I teach you why you feel this way. I teach you how to stop feeling this way. I literally love you. I love you back. You're very knowledgeable. Thank you. Hard to recognize. It's okay. My best friend is depressed. So listen, if you're vomiting anxiety into your relationship and it is having a negative effect because you've chosen the right partner, but you are being the wrong partner, come take my No More Insecurity program. Don't lose a good relationship by being the wrong person because you're letting stress, fear, and anxiety vomit itself into the relationship because it is too abundant inside of you. My best friend is depressed over a breakup. What do I do to help her? Get her comeback queen and no more assholes. You are amazing. Thank you. My friend asked me to join this live. What do you think, love? Smart friend. That's cute. Should I be offended that he said I was far from perfect? Listen, I'm far from perfect. You've changed my whole relationship. Thank you. So much love. I am far from perfect. Michelle, I was talking to Michelle on a session the other day, and I said, I think I could be kinder, more gentle. Like, I think I'm far from perfect on these lives, honestly. But, guys, I am so different in a session. Michelle, am I different in a session that I am on lives? Because I think I am. Maybe that's just my own perception. I think I do more hand-holding on a session that I do on lives. I think you are more than kind. Yeah. I'm more gentle on sessions. I think I'm like much more direct on lives because you know, because I want to help a lot of people at once, right? So Michelle says, no, I don't think you're different. I feel very comfortable with you. I am terrified of you in these lives, Mama Queen. Yes. Just as I said it, you said it. That's so cute. I think you're my gentle insertions. Colby, hello, my love. Yeah, I am more gentle in sessions, right? And part of that is because, like, on a live, I'm not taking the time to listen, right? I am literally not taking the time to listen, because you have one box to make your statement, and that's all I take. And I don't let you have a conversation with me on lives, because there's so many people who want to ask questions. So it's just like you get a question, and then, like, we're not going to do a session on a live, but in a session I take the time to listen, and I come at you more gently, because my goal is to help you understand, relax your brain, get you to a place where you become open to solutions, and then give you the solutions that you can start using to make your life better. I want to do a coaching session, but I'm insecure about my face. I offer voice only. You make me say nice things about myself, which I hate doing. Girl, you gotta see yourself. That's my job. My job is to help you see yourself. Yeah. Oh, I love you guys. I love you guys. Is Fix That Shit something to buy when going through problems in a relationship? I love this live. Yes, it is. Absolutely. Fix That Shit is a book that helps bring resolution in your relationship. It helps relieve conflict. I know some people don't want to show up to a session, because sometimes sessions are going to be emotional, and they know that, and that's embarrassing for people. And so I do have the voice only option, so that you can show up. I read just as much in your voice. Believe me, I am a behaviorist, and I'm damn good at it. I literally don't have to see your face to know what's going on. I'm sorry, but I'm just staring at the flyaway hair. Which one is it? Is it this one? You want me to fix that? You want me to fix that, honey? I didn't notice till you pointed it out. I know. We did lots of curls tonight. It's gonna be a while. It's gonna be a while today. Alright. Oh my gosh, she's nothing to be afraid of. You can cry. She will be empathetic. Yes. If a man doesn't maintain good physical health, doesn't care about his diabetes, red flag, massive red flag. My husband takes care of himself, and I love it. He also lets me monitor his food intake. Now you look like Charlie. That's so cute. I like that. I'll take it. I do, don't I? With the I got the soft ears. That's so cute. Okay, so my husband lets me monitor his food intake. So, like, sometimes people will bring him pastries, and they'll start bringing pastries regularly, and I'll say nope. Right? Just because, like, there's sugar in there. And so he will tell them, my wife says I'm not allowed to have these anymore, and he'll tell them to stop bringing him pastries. So not only does he take good care of himself, he lets me take care of him. I'm in charge of his food. So not only do I feed him, I'm the food buyer. So everything he eats is what I get for him. But if people start bringing outside food, I'm like, no outside food. And he goes, my wife said no outside food. So he doesn't sneak it. It's super cute. He loves me. I will fight anyone who tries to stop me eating my snacks. Listen, you're not my husband. It's okay. You can have him. But my husband, I want him to stick around for a long time. Thoughts on 10-year age difference? Totally fine. As long as the youngest is at least 25. How do we become happy with being single? So really, like, ask yourself, what am I custom made to do? What am I good at? What's my talent? What's my purpose? If you don't know it, get custom made and start working on your purpose. It will light you up. It will consume you. It will take your time, and you will get so much joy exercising your purpose. Like, you guys are extremely emotionally rewarding for me. I'm 20, he's 30. So I've done that, right? Here's the thing. The reason why that 30-year-old was dating a 20-year-old was because he was really immature. And he really was. He was like a single dad, still living in his dad's basement, right? So a 30-year-old dating a 20-year-old is a red flag. By the way, Matthew Hussey dated Camila Cabello when she was 21. She was 20 or 21, and he was 30 or 31. Yeah, a little bit of an imbalance there. And the reason why I say 25, and Licky Docs just said it here too, is because the brain isn't fully formed until somebody is 24 or 25. Yeah. Is an emotionally stunted older person dating younger person still bad? Of course, yeah, 55 and 28, no problem. Like honestly, like 25 and 75, go for it. 17 and 19, totally fine. How would a guy act? So, guys are not financially responsible. Guys, they keep girls around because they're ego strokes. They're not hardworking. 26 and 21s. Now you're like, fully formed brain, not yet fully formed brain. You're not in the same category at that point. You're not in the same category. So it's kind of a red flag. I dated a 30-year-old when I was 16. He was very immature. So you're 26, they're 21. Hello from Australia. Again, hi. I know that was a shitty accent. Hello. 24 and 29. Yeah, you're in there. And 29, 32, you're in there. You're good. I'm confused. 55 and 28 is fine, but 20 and 30, the brain is still forming until you are 24 or 25. So 20 is not a fully formed brain yet. When I was 16, yeah. Was he 30 or was he 20? I think it was 30, honestly. But yeah, like so immature, like really super immature. Everybody asking about age, I know, it's cute. I've always been more mature, and he did drugs, which held him back mentally. Maturity-wise, yeah. How do I begin to become emotionally comfortable with a new relationship he's forming with a woman coworker? Did you choose a trustworthy partner? That's what it is, right? Did you choose a trustworthy partner? Advice for guys. What's a specific question? Honestly, like, man up. Make sure you're a man. Like, nothing is sexier than confidence, right? A confident man. So confident, hardworking, responsible. Struggling to find older partners. Lots of interest in 20-year-olds. I'm 32, not dating. What would you suggest for gaining trust back? You have to be consistent, right? Best predictor of future behavior is past behavior. So a lot of time needs to go by. Edward Cullen, 100-year-old dating a 16-year-old. Right. Seriously, guys. Oh my God, those books hooked me. Like obsessed. Absolutely obsessed with that story. So my ex-husband read the books, right? And he kept saying, "Oh, you have to read this. You have to read this." And I was like, everybody's talking about it. I tend to buck that everybody else is doing it thing. Whatever. I ran out of reading material. I wanted something fluffy. I was like, okay, give me the book. So he gave me the first 2 books, and I it hooked me, and I was devouring it. I finished the second book. I'm like, I need the 3rd book. And it took him like a week to get it to me. And I was like, right? Like it was insane. It was like a drug. Like I read every spare minute I could find. I was up until 4:30 every morning reading. And then I was like, okay, fuck, like it's 4:30. Like I need to go to sleep. I didn't stop because I wanted to. I stopped because of necessity when I would stop reading. And so they literally obsessed, like I took over my brain. When I finished the last page in the last book, and I closed, and I didn't want to, right? Like I saw the book getting smaller and smaller, like the pages getting less and less, and I was like, I didn't want the story to end. And then I shut it, and it was like a void, like this vacuum just took place, like the instant sensation of a void, of a vacuum. And I was literally lost for like minutes, right? There was this lingering sensation that I was just like shocked that there wasn't more. Like I needed more. The story needed to continue. I was so into this story. I love Twilight, have a tattoo, and my boyfriend and I went to Forks for my 25th birthday. That's so amazing. What would your number one advice be for long distance relationships who've been separated more than a year? Don't fight. Don't fight. Because fighting will break you up, right? Because you can't hug and reconnect after a fight. So make sure you don't fight. The void hit me when Desperate Housewives ended. That's so cute. Do you believe in timeline to propose to your partner? Listen, I believe you should know what you want in life. I know I want to be married by, which means I want to be engaged by, which means you need to find a partner who shares similar goals and similar timelines. I see this comment. My boyfriend is trying to gain back my trust. I can't help thinking about the past. Advice, come get a coaching session. Come get a coaching session. The only way they can gain back your trust is by doing what's necessary, right? If there's some things that you need and they don't want to do it, then they're literally not trying to gain back your trust. Any tips to control anxiety before a job interview? So start meditating like today. Go to my YouTube channel, go to my Let's Meditate playlist, go to track number 2, listen to it with headphones at least twice a day. Also, you want to do box breathing to give you an advanced anxiety reduction technique. So go halfway down on that Let's Meditate playlist. You're going to see there's a box breathing tutorial. Do the box breathing tutorial and start doing the box breathing. Still holding on. How can I let go peacefully? You can grab Come Back Queen. You can grab No More Assholes. These are books that get you moving forward. Licky Dogs. All about the love frequency. We are all about the love. Men and video games. So my husband, would play video games with his kids as like, bonding, like daddy-kid bonding time. He also played video games when he needed some stress reduction. He no longer plays video games. Baby! I love you! Baby, are you gonna come live with me? Aw. Baby, I have a question. I have a question. How come you don't play video games anymore?
How come I don't do videos anymore?
Video games.
Oh, hang on.
My hubby's gonna come. Couples where one wants kids and the other doesn't. Deal breaker. Absolutely deal breaker. Your fundamental values are not aligned. Baby love, my baby love. I need you, oh how I need your love.
Well, probably because I've gotten busier than ever.
Right?
Right, I've taken on the whole hyperbaric thing.
Right?
Yeah, so that's probably the main reason.
Okay.
I love you.
I love you, baby. Come on, baby.
Come on, baby.
Come on, baby. My love is home, yes. Hi, everyone. Look who's here. Come on, Charlie. Come see Mama. Oh, he's such a good boy. I like how you ask him to come live every night, too, of course. Of course. That's not taking a break. Oh, he's going to go now. How can it work? Taking breaks work. Hello. Yes, Charlie. I know. He's gone now. Wonderful how your voice changed with him. Yes. Oh, I adore you guys. Yes. I love my man. Baby?
Yeah.
Do you want salsa guacamole? Are you hungry?
Hey, not
This-
so much. I can.
Oh,
And I'm not staying long.
okay.
Making
I
a
love you.
special appearance.
That's
there, I
right.
think I'm sufficiently
Hello. Look who we got. Yay.
Yay me.
Look, I just adore you guys. My lobster. See that?
Right?
Your lobster.
Uh-huh.
It-
I'm the lobster, right?
That's right.
Okay.
We are lobsters together.
Okay.
Yeah, this, remember from Friends? That's what
No, I don't.
Phoebe says, "Oh, you found your lobster."
Let's
Yes.
see.
Welcome. What's he wearing? This is his disguise. He doesn't want anybody to know who he is.
Mm-hmm.
What games did you like to play, baby? What were the video games
Oh,
you
I
liked
only
to play?
played hockey. I mean, you know.
You did the shooting one too. What was that?
I did a shooting one?
Mm.
Oh, I think it's Call of Duty or something, yeah.
I think it's Call of Duty.
It's been so long. Yeah, hockey, that was the main one.
Right.
Mm-hmm. I only had time to master one.
Is right.
Mm-hmm.
Kenna's dating Coach Couple. So, somebody says you're my 3 marshmallows tomorrow, man.
I don't know what that means.
Well, because I talk about sacrificing 1 marshmallow today for 2 marshmallows tomorrow.
Yes.
And how you are a person, like when I first met you, you let me know, like, look, you know, not gonna have a whole lot of time for a relationship
Right.
now.
Mm-hmm.
I will later, but not now.
Right.
So stick with me now, you get the later. You didn't say that, but you implied that, right? You know, I'm not gonna have a lot of time now. I will later, but not now.
Mm-hmm.
And so I said to myself, this is sacrificing 1 marshmallow today for 2 marshmallows tomorrow. And somebody,
I don't like marshmallows.
I know you don't. But somebody understands that we are so amazing that you're actually 3 marshmallows and not just 2.
Right.
Somebody said, this is what I want, the love I see here. Yes. Is he older than you? We are the same age. We actually months apart. He is older than me by 4 months.
Something like that.
Something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So let me see. Somebody had a, oh, I love you. Did you do the no kissing for 3 months? You two are adorable. How long did it take us to kiss, baby?
It was over a year. Yeah.
Over a year.
Mm-hmm.
Don't look now, but there's a guy next to you. Somebody said my Gemini King. That's my man, yeah. This is Miss Honey. She's one of my moderators.
Okay.
Yeah. Fantastic couple. I thought you were married. Don't tell my husband.
That's right.
Right. Yeah. So you've been spending more time with me lately.
I know. I'm angry at myself for it.
Are you?
Yes. I've been neglecting my work.
Why are you doing that then?
I think you'd like to hear the reason. It's because I want to spend more time with you.
No, it's because you're tired.
Yeah. I've tried to rest more and recuperate.
Yeah.
So yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'm okay with that. You deserve it.
Right, but it's nice having you too.
Yes.
Just a bonus.
Right.
Right.
I'm here for the bonus.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I asked my husband if I was a good investment.
Right. And I said time will tell.
Time will tell. Somebody said he wants to take more time with you. Well, we like to think that. So he told me that oh my God, the stories that keep coming out, right? Like seriously, 15 years together, there's still disclosure to be had.
Right.
And so was it this morning you told me that, or was it yesterday?
It was yesterday.
Tell them the story.
I came in and the dogs came at me, and so I was kind of half bent over petting them, and then I raised my head, and Chantal was half naked. Yeah. And it just reminded me of a time when I had made up my mind, okay, tonight's the night I'm going to break up with her. And I opened the door, ready to just start right into it. And she was very naked and lotioning, and I thought, yeah, maybe tomorrow.
Yeah. Oh, man, we went through a tough 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I really want to see his face. I think he's handsome.
Oh, the years.
My baby says no.
No. Definitely
Yes, I know. Which province are you from? We're in Ontario.
Right.
Honey's like, oh my god, they love that story. Baby, tell them more stories about wanting to break up with me.
I don't know if there's any that more funny than that one.
Yeah.
Right. If I think of it, I'll tell them. Yeah.
That was surprising. The one where you were gonna break up with me and then found out I was gonna break up with you, and you're like, no.
Right. Then it made me second guess myself. Right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Is Fix That Shit a good read for boys too? He doesn't know because he's never read the book.
Right.
But I do have a lot of men who buy it and read it and appreciate it, and I have a lot of women who buy it and read it with their partners, and their partners feel very validated and understood.
Well, I think anytime too you can get into the other person's mindset,
right,
and how they operate, then that's a good thing.
Yeah.
Because half the time we try and figure out what the hell is going on.
Yeah.
So, understanding what's going on in your minds is helpful.
So Honey says, talk about the no pastry rule, baby.
Pastry?
Yeah. Nobody can bring you outside food.
Oh, right. Yeah. I mean, they could, but, you have a rule and I abide by it, I guess.
Because you love me.
Right. No, because I can only have one vice at a time.
Oh, right. And it's beer right now.
That's right.
Yes, that's true. Good point by you.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. You recognize that.
Right.
Has he read any of my books? Not that I know of. I don't think so.
No, too busy.
Yeah.
I work over 90 hours a week, so.
Is it possible that you purposefully keep out of my books because you don't want to?
There's that too. Yeah, I worry that I'm gonna have a problem with something because I know you do talk about me, and I'm worried that I'm gonna have a difference of opinion, and I don't see a great advantage to it now.
Right. People want to know what you do for work.
No, I custom form metal. That's about it. I do it for thousands of reasons, mostly for steel fabricators, but all sorts of reasons. Anytime you see formed metal, that's something I'm into.
You've done stuff for the farming industry, so for the hay balers, right?
Yeah.
The ones that roll up the big bales of hay that you see in the fields.
Yeah, big feed mixers, for cattle. They're, feeding or mixing tons of feed at once.
Right.
Conveyors, conveyors are in all sorts of production, food production and such. But all sorts of things, playgrounds, form pipe, railings, bike racks, lighting systems, all sorts of things, chairs. Yeah.
Fire pits,
silos, road barriers.
Oh yeah, pipe stuff.
Ventilation, yeah, sure.
Yeah. Somebody had a question. Oh, baby, if there's one thing you would do on a bucket list, what would that be?
I don't know. I've lived a good life, but maybe fly.
Oh yeah, that's right. Where did I get my shirt? Le Chateau. Le Chateau. You might still be able to buy one.
Mine was the dollar store.
Right.
Or whatever. What's that store?
Value Village.
Right.
Yeah, I buy his clothes. I buy all his work clothes, and I get it at Value Village. People want to know what your favorite stock is.
Oh, I don't know if I have a favorite. There's certain stocks if you just want to put money into and let it sit there and get a dividend. There's lots of those, but yeah, depends on what you want to do. I don't think I have a favorite.
I think water stocks are really good buy right now. My water stocks are all low, so now is a good time to buy. I have several stocks that are psychedelics.
Right.
And they just took off because one of the psychedelic companies just hit NASDAQ, so they're all right now. So now they're all kind of flying. I don't know if they're gonna fly and then dip again. So I don't know if I would suggest buying psychedelics because, usually when a stock first comes out, it kind of flies and then it dips. So seeing as it just hit NASDAQ, there's probably going to be a rush and then there's going to be a dip. So I'm in Canadian water stocks, WATR, DWR. Those are low right now. So they might be, they would probably be good buys right now. These are companies that set up irrigation systems, set up public water systems, water purification systems. This is going to be a big deal. So I would suggest water stocks right now just because they're low. I got into Shopify early, so that's my favorite. Yes. Good advice on stocks. Yes. My first time meeting your husband. He must love skiing. How did you guys meet?
That's not something I want to do.
No, we met at a strip club. Mama was a stripper. Papa was a
We should change the
client.
story that I was a stripper.
Oh, hey. Most sexy
I don't know that
man.
anyone would buy it.
So the real story is we met in a strip club. The fake story was we met at a grocery store. How many people did we tell this fake story to?
I don't think that many.
No.
No.
What would you do if you found out he was cheating? Would you stay? So cheating is instant breakup. Because that was not the relationship I got into. For you, it would be like, would it be like, hey, like, this is done unless we renegotiate. Maybe we'll renegotiate. Or what would you do?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Who else? I don't think it would happen unless our relationship was bad. So, then I guess I would understand, and it would be more about where are we now, and do we have anything to work for?
Right.
Right.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that makes sense. If our relationship was good and you did that, and no, like, right? Because that's just betrayal, like just plain betrayal. If our relationship was bad, it's a symptom. The relationship became susceptible.
I'm too busy for all that.
Can I see the wolf on his shirt? Somebody wants to see the wolf on your shirt. I don't know.
I don't know what it is, actually. I think it's some hockey team logo.
Did the no kissing rule apply to him when you met at the club? It sure did. But that was because I was married when he met me.
That's right.
Ooh, it gets salacious now. Such an interesting view, yes. So your eyes look very pretty right now. Yes, because they're filled with love. What was I just saying? I love your husband.
About the no kissing rule.
Right. When he first started to see me, I was actually like still fairly freshly married. I was still wearing my wedding ring. So he saw me, took me for a dance, came back the next night, took me for a dance, asked me out to dinner. I love the fact, by the way, that you didn't ask me for dinner on the floor. You took me for a dance and asked me to dinner.
Right.
Because it's such a sign of respect. When somebody came to my place of work and understood that my time costs money and you paid for my time to ask me to dinner. Respect, right? This, I love this man because he's so respectful. This is the template. Look at this. This is a template. I want all of that, baby. If I could clone you, I would be so rich. I would take payment. I would take payment plans. If you could clone me. Oh, you could clone you. I know. Yeah.
That's right.
Oh,
because get a lot more work done.
That's what I was gonna say. You get more workers. So he came and asked me to dinner, and I said no, I'm married. Like I was wearing my rings. I took my rings off like shortly after that point because my first husband said, "Oh, you're wearing your rings at the club? Take it off. Like you're gonna make more money without your rings." I was like, "Okay," but like it wasn't that I was happy to, I don't care, right? So we did end up, but at that time when he asked me, I was still wearing, and I flashed it, and I said, no, I'm married. And then he just kept coming week after week after week. And I did, honestly, like my first marriage was open, right? Like I would kiss random people that I wanted to just for fun. because there was no intimacy in my relationship, and we were, you know, in essence, desperately trying to stay together by being with other people. So I did kiss him. I did end up kissing him while I was married because I had that permission. I would go to a bar, I would kiss a stranger, go home, tell my husband, and he had no problem with that. But I kissed him. And my husband's spidey senses went off, and he said, I don't want you to kiss him again. So I kissed him, and then I wasn't allowed to kiss him anymore.
Right, because we had a relationship. Even though it was a paid relationship, it was still a relationship.
It was a relationship, yeah. My mom was engaged when she met my dad. Yeah. I really hope he isn't doing this because he's hiding something from you. Baby, why are you doing this?
What, this?
Yeah.
I think we've been through this.
I know.
I don't want to be known.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
It's that simple. I get trolly people on here who like try to like, you know.
Yeah, cause shit.
Cause shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He is a good man. He's a very good man. Your wife is amazing. Great advice. Yay. Let me see. That's when your ex messed up. Yeah. Does he work in Chernobyl?
Chernobyl.
Chantal clones, the world will be unstoppable. Yes, indeed. Somebody says, nice to meet you. Was he married before you? Yes, he was.
Mm-hmm.
How come your first marriage didn't work?
Oh, a lot of reasons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think perpetual unhappiness, maybe it was one.
Yeah, I mean, there was a medical issue going on, and but, you know, there's also past relationships that create bad energy, and circumstance, you know, was part of it as well. It was difficult raising two kids and not having a lot of resources.
Right.
You know, so there's a lot of things, a lot of pressure on all sides. So,
Yeah. Baby, what made you think our relationship was worth fighting for?
You know, the person I met initially, I knew was in there somewhere. And I just kept hoping that she would resurface.
Right.
You know, so
Yeah.
that was it.
Somebody said he stuck with you for 10 years, but not the other lady. She was the one who initiated the divorce.
Yeah.
Yeah, he didn't want it. You played the hoping game. You played the hoping game, baby, hoping that the person you first met would come back.
Well, you know, if I never seen that person, it would have been long over. But I seen that person first.
Yeah.
You know, it wasn't just a physical attraction. I mean, that's maybe why I initially approached you, and but the reason I kept coming was because I also liked the person. And yeah, if I hadn't known that person, I would never have even attempted or certainly stayed.
Somebody said, is he kidnapping you? Every day. I'm blinking. Just finished Fix That Shit. Your stories are so relatable. I now have a great man after divorce. Love it. Let me see. There was, yes, there was something. I thought I saw something. Can polygamy work in a relationship? In a modern world, polygamy. It does in some cases, right? Like anything between consenting adults where everybody's happy. Totally.
You have a friend? No?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Katrina.
Mm-hmm.
Jessica. So they have an open, like they're polyamorous. So polygamy is more like one husband, multiple wives. Polyamorous is, you know, he has a girl, like they're together, they're each other's primary, and each of them have secondary relationships. Do you ever have moody days or ever take your anger out on your husband without realizing? Baby, do you ever feel that I do that?
Rarely lately. For a long time, yes.
Right.
But it's very rare. It's very rare now.
I like how you did that little noise right there. You just hit with some memories.
Yes.
Yes. Oh, baby, I love you.
I love you.
What are your thoughts on swingers clubs?
I don't know. I was curious about that sort of thing, but it's not my cup of tea. But it's interesting.
Had you thought about it before me? Because I'm the one who brought him.
Yeah, no.
No, never crossed your mind too.
One's enough.
Right?
Generally.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's who he is. Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, even when we went, like, I'm not a swinger. He's a once enough kind of person. So when we went, it was as voyeurs and exhibitionists, not as swingers. So we didn't participate with other people when we went. He had a smidge of PTSD with that question. Does Mr. Chantal meditate? What do you do for your mental health, baby?
Oh, oxygen. Large doses of oxygen.
You want to tell them about hyperbaric?
People
are curious.
I'll try quickly, yeah. So, I always considered myself a very strong person, and but what I found out that too much stress will release cortisol, and too much of it eventually leads to inflammation in the brain, causing mental illness. So about 6 years ago, I started having panic attacks and daily, multiple times a day, for months and months, and was in a very bad place. And I met somebody who ran a hyperbaric oxygen therapy facility. I started going, and my world changed. I was never on any medication. Was the last thing I wanted to do. So oxygen reduces inflammation, and it also takes oxygen to repair and replicate cells. So damage that was done to my brain was eventually fixed, and my panic attack stopped, the anxiety eventually stopped, depression as well, which I knew I was in a bad place, so of course I'm depressed, but I believe there was also a clinical aspect to it, and all those things were healed, I would say. And not to mention then, it also is necessary for every other cell in your body. So the energy, the ability to work as much as I do in my late 40s. And I can't say enough good things about it. I'm now a certified operator and volunteer my time as well at the facility. And seeing a lot of what I'd call earthly miracles. So, yes, good stuff.
So can you explain the concept of hyperbaric therapy?
Right. All it is pressure while you're breathing in oxygen. So under pressure, oxygen will dissolve into all your bodily fluids. So you're saturating your body with oxygen, and every cell needs it. And if you start looking into it, you can find all sorts of information on it. It is used in the medical system in North America, but very sparingly. It could be widely used, but you can't patent oxygen, so no one wants to do the research.
Yeah. Somebody asked if you can use that for a 17-year-old.
Oxygen? Of course.
Yeah. Babies, animals.
We have treated 18 months to 95 years old.
Yeah. Guys, if anybody wants a notification when I go live, by the way, I go live every day. So click my picture here once or twice, you're going to get a pop-up. In the pop-up is a bell. Click on the bell. When you do that, say I just did. We are in Ontario. So what are some of the other things? Like you said, depression, anxiety. What are other things that hyperbaric therapy is commonly used for?
If you look at virtually every chronic ailment, it usually starts with inflammation. So oxygen reduces inflammation, and if you can stop or reverse the inflammation, how many things can you affect? Certainly concussions, strokes, anything with the brain. There's plenty of famous people who have treated ailments. Joe Namath, from playing football, had many concussions. He talks, for years he's talked about how he healed his brain with hyperbaric oxygen. It's rumored Tom Brady, LeBron James use it. Connor McDavid had a bad knee injury, and they show him in a documentary going into the chamber. But yeah, inflammation's a big thing. Wound healing.
Fibromyalgia?
Well, fibromyalgia is usually inflammation. So yeah, inflammation is virtually in every chronic ailment. So
right.
Yeah, every cell needs it. It's as simple as that.
Yeah.
And are you getting enough? Probably not.
Right.
Yeah.
So we, my husband definitely uses it more than I do, but I also use it, I basically my estrogen system has shut down, so that can give me some like arthritis like symptoms. So if that really starts getting bad, then I'll take it. Like my joints, if they start hurting too much, then I'll use it. So yeah, too many people eat too many sugars. Fibromyalgia could also be undiagnosed Lyme disease. This is also used for Lyme disease.
Yes, we also treat right now. Is a bad time for Lyme. Usually the full moon. There's eggs that are hatching. So, high doses of oxygen kills the bacterium that causes Lyme
disease,
and they will die off with large doses of oxygen. So.
All right.
Yeah. Same as Candida.
Right. Somebody said, can you do it at home? Justin Bieber has a hyperbaric machine.
He only has a little baby machine.
Right.
Yes.
He doesn't have the heavy duty one.
Yeah. It's the pressure that's the key, and his is very low pressure, which does give you slightly higher doses, but it's like a sledgehammer compared to a fly swatter.
Sledgehammer compared to a fly swatter.
He needs a real one.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you think you'll ever make hyperbaric machines?
Currently working on it.
Right.
Uh-huh.
Does your husband handle you if you get angry towards him? Yeah. Yeah. Right? Like there's honestly and this is something I like about him. And I talked about this before. Well, here comes Charlie. You want to grab him?
Come here.
Come on, baby.
Come on.
He
wants to go play.
Oh.
Like.
So he lets me know when he starts to get upset with
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying, right? And listen, when we fought for 10 years, there was some times when I was getting out of line, and he would say, "Stop talking." And I'm a badass bitch. Like, just make no mistake, guys are here. Like, blink twice if you're uncomfortable. I love this. For the record, I love this. This is part of the reason why we're together, because we both share physical affection as a love language. But I never had somebody be like, just so calmly let me know what they needed from me when things started to escalate. And for him to just say, "Stop talking," I thought, that's awesome. Like, I immediately know what I need to do so that we don't go to a place that, we go from me talking to us fighting. That's what he was saying. Like, we're about to go from you talking to us fighting. You're not saying anything conducive right now. You're not saying anything good for the relationship right now. You're actually not saying anything smart or kind right now. Stop talking. And so that's all he needed to say, because I don't know if you noticed, but whenever you said that, I would stop talking.
Most of the time.
Most of the time, too. It's so funny. We're looking at Charlie because he keeps jumping up against Dennis's leg. Thank you. I thought I missed something. Yes. So this is my husband, for everybody who's wondering. He keeps the mask on because he has zero interest in being known at all. He has zero social media. Like literally nothing. Somebody left a Google review on his business and he was mad because he doesn't want people to know about him. He's busy enough at work. He doesn't need any more work. He shows up here with me because he supports me. Like, I have this platform. I'm a public person. I wrote all these books that you see beside me.
Do you remember very early on I told you, whatever happens, you keep me out of it? Like,
yes, because I'm not allowed to post pictures.
No, I know. But
Yeah.
many years ago, I already, it's been a constant, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how come you do this now with me?
Oh, please, I don't like it.
Why do you do it?
Because it's good for you.
He does it for me. He does it for me. Where do you get customers? Word of mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah. I saw Polsky Jerry give me some tips. Hello, Polsky Jerry. Is one of the regular people who shows up on my lives. He loves me. He does love me. Love is a verb. Love is what you do for the other person. When's his birthday? It's in June. He's a Gemini. Somebody asked what our zodiac signs are. I'm a Scorpio. Right. He's a Gemini. You are blinded. Baby, do you think you could possibly blind me?
What?
Do you think you could blind me? Do you think you could fool me?
Not that I'm aware of.
Yeah.
No, you're pretty smart.
I'm pretty smart, and I teach women how to be pretty smart, and that's why guys don't like me. That's why selfish short-term thinkers don't like me, because I teach women to be too smart. For guys who are selfish short-term thinkers, I teach them to be smart enough to get with men who are generous long-term thinkers. This is the opposite of attention seeking. This is not the one who's going to go out seeking the attention of other girls. He doesn't care to get anyone else's attention. He's very happy with what he has here. Part of the reason why he has this, he just doesn't care to get any attention. Sudbury Wolves.
Is that?
Could be.
Could be.
Yeah, that's cute. That's cute. This is funny. He probably has a double life. Baby, what's your other life?
Steel worker and chamber operator. Got many lives.
Right? Yeah, that's true. And husband.
That's right.
Father.
Yeah.
Did you guys have to learn each other's love language, or both just have the same?
You definitely had to learn mine.
Yeah. You had to learn mine too.
Not really.
You had to learn why I was upset. But you had to learn why I was upset. But I didn't force you, I didn't force you to be a words of affirmation person.
No, you didn't.
Hi, come on.
I didn't value them that much. To me, they're the cheapest of all the things you can give.
Right. Oh, good point by you.
Yeah.
Why are words cheap?
Well, you can come up with them in an instant, and often they hold no value.
Yeah, I gotta be careful with my top. This button already popped open, and it goes all the way down to the bottom. You look 45. He looks dirty 30s. I love how somehow this portrays dirty 30s. So when we first got together, I started feeling unloved, and I literally started saying to him, "You don't love me," and he said, "Are you crazy? I do this, I do that, I do this, I did this," and it wasn't computing until we did the love language quiz, and then his score came up. Acts of service, and my score came up. We share physical affection, but we each got the same equal score for a second love language as well. So his other one was acts of service, my other one was words of affirmation. And that's when I realized that the reason why I was feeling unloved was because he worked days, I worked nights. We spent very little time together, and so there wasn't much time for physical affection, And he doesn't do words of affirmation because he finds that they're cheap. So I wasn't getting any at all. But then when I realized he was acts of service, whenever I would get that empty feeling, I would ask myself, what has he done for me lately? And then I would go through the last 2 weeks, and there'd be like at least 4 things. And I go, there's the love. And I would fill my love bank up that way. Should you try to express love differently for your partner? So, do you hear what he says about words of affirmation, how he feels about words of affirmation? I can try and force him to be a words of affirmation person, but it's just not going to be genuine because that's just not how he functions. He would rather show me his love through physical affection. He would rather show me his love by changing my tires, which he did today for me, right?
I'll also say that, of course, when you were looking for those words most of all, I had serious grievances.
And I was insecure.
And those were the words that were at the top of my list was, hey, I'm not happy about certain things.
Yeah.
So when I'm thinking about what to say, all I can think about is what I'm unhappy about.
Right.
But then there's also another aspect where, and this is where men and women differ. Of course, when men are tired and especially at the end of the day, which is often when you see me, okay, now I got to decompress. And this is when you're looking for me, to give you something.
Yeah.
And I'm just trying to shut down, and that's often the way men are. So, it was a lot of things working against us.
Yeah. So I really do promote translation rather than forcing. I stopped trying to force words of affirmation, which I had done several times and to no avail, really, in a way, or it was just so hard. So instead of trying to force something that for him wasn't coming naturally or willingly even, because this was in the 10 years of fighting, I started self-soothing by looking at his behaviors and finding the love there to fill my love bank up. So that's translation. So, yes, you can, I always suggest you do the love language quiz together at the same time, exchange your results so that you can have that conversation about your love languages and gain that understanding. But it's okay to translate. It's okay to translate, and you can take your love language and let other people fill that particular love language for you. Like, you guys do a really great job of filling me with words of affirmation. You leave Google reviews, you leave Amazon book reviews, you come on here, you talk about how I've changed your life, you come in my comments, you come in my DMs, and like I'm getting wedding invitations, like, I'm getting married because of you, you made my relationship better, I'm in the best relationship I've ever had before. So somebody said, oh my God, me and my man have the same problem. Yes. Yeah, where do you take the love language quiz? Click the click here button in the link to my bio. You're going to see on that page, there is a link to go get that quiz. Thanks for coming online. Seriously, one of the best ever. Yes.
I'll also say, when I was more vocal and had words earlier on, but then as the negativity started to fill up the relationship, of course, it shuts you down. Yeah. And then by the time we started getting good, you're already now willing, or not willing, but are able to translate everything, and you're not needy for those things.
Right.
So, I agree, I guess is what I'm saying is you should make an effort to speak their language. So it wasn't that I wasn't interested at all in trying to, but I was very overwhelmed with the negative aspect. So, it's not that I didn't want to. I just, it wasn't working.
I had trouble at the time.
Mm-hmm.
You have said I'm amazing.
Yes, I have.
Twice.
Probably more than that. Maybe not lately.
Maybe more before.
Right, exactly.
Let me see. You said that you use words. See, and you said that you used words of affirmation before we got to the point where I went into an insecurity phase, and I was like, you know, asking for it because, you know, I needed it. And I don't even remember what you said to me before that point.
Yeah, neither do I,
Yeah.
you know, but I know I was definitely more vocal at that time. You know, it definitely isn't my main way of showing it,
Yeah.
you know, but there definitely were other signs.
I remember.
But yeah, when it started to go bad, I was constantly thinking like, oh, is this going to work? And, you know, I don't want to then say all these things. And then 2 days later, I'm like, you know what? I think we need to break up.
Right.
You know?
Somebody asked if there's a love language I struggle to show. Gifts. Like birthdays, Christmas. I don't want to go shopping for a gift just because it's a specific day on the calendar.
Hey, we have that in common too.
We do have that in common.
Mm-hmm.
And I might have even learned it from you, to be honest. In a way. No, I take it back. I was always bad at gifts. I remember my childhood being bad at gifts. I've always been bad at gifts. But I mean, I will buy somebody something because I see it and I'm like, ooh, like it hits. Like, this is for them, and I get it for them. Like, Jessica Lotion, I got her an antique perfume bottle when I was at the antique shop here in St. Jacobs.
Right.
I just bought you 2 new shirts. I bought you a new leather jacket. Because Le Chateau was on sale, and I was like, damn, let's get him some nice clothes while it's super cheap. So, baby, do you believe in God?
That's a long talk, and
Yeah.
I don't want to get into that now.
Okay. Bestie, are you okay? I am more than okay. He pets me like a kitty cat. Yeah. Every night when I floss my teeth, and I always go to floss my teeth after he's done eating his night snack, because then he has free hands. And I go sit close to him, and he tickles my back while I floss my teeth. And I love it. What's your bracelet story? Oh, my bracelet story, like about Taylor. So Taylor's love language is gifts, by the way. So one of my oldest friends, Taylor. So somebody says, tell your bracelet story. This is.
Okay. I'm gonna go.
I
You
love
tell
you.
your story.
Okay.
I love you.
I love you.
Bye.
Bye, baby. Charlie's gonna go. Oh, he wants you to take your socks off. That's why he was so cute. Charlie's following my husband out of here because, so we were wondering why Charlie kept jumping up on my husband and making noises, and it turns out because he just followed my husband out, and he was like nose to his feet. He wants my husband to take his socks off so Charlie can have them. So all the newbies gonna fly away. Yes. So all the people who are like, why am I here? I'm actually a dating coach. I wrote 8 books. Fix That Shit is how I fixed our relationship from 10 years of fighting to 5 years, not a single fight. If you guys want to stick around, I got a lot to teach you about dating and relationships. So I was fine. I'm not being held captive. This is my husband. See, he put a rock on it. Takes very good care of me. He's an amazing man. I love that he's super devoted. That's one of the characteristics you want in a partner. I love that he's not attention seeking. It's another characteristic you want in a partner. He's very loving, supportive. He has zero interest in being seen, but he shows up here because he knows it gets me people. He knows that it lets you know I'm not making up the fact that I have a husband. It gives you an opportunity to see what a healthy, loving, cohesive, intimate relationship looks like. My fans, they love seeing us together because it's goals. It's goals to be with somebody who makes you happy. It's goals to be with somebody who supports you, even if it makes them slightly uncomfortable, even if it takes them out of their comfort zone. It's goals to be with a man who's hardworking. It was 12:02 when he came through the door. He was at work. It's goals to be with somebody who's a generous long-term thinker. He takes care of me in so many ways, and his goal is for us to be together for the rest of our lives. He's not going anywhere. So if you guys want to stick around, if you guys want more of this information that I give, I got lots. I did win an award in life coaching. There are several people on here who come on every night because they love listening to what I say. They love learning by the advice I give everybody who comes on. I do Q&As every night. And I've got people here who've done coaching sessions with me. They found that it was very beneficial and life-changing for them. So if you guys want more of this, I do this every night. And sometimes my husband pops on. Usually it's Sunday nights, by the way. So if you want notification when I go live, because I'm loosey-goosey on the time, but I'm pretty regular that I come on daily. Usually it's between 11, 11:15, 11:30. But if you want that notification when I go live, click this button here where my picture is. Click my picture once or twice. You're going to get a pop-up. In the pop-up is a bell. Click on the bell. When you do that, say, I just did, because us that show up every night, we like to know who's popping in with us. We want to know that the tribe is growing because we have a community here. I have amazing moderators. I have amazing regulars. Everybody is so super helpful, so super loving, so super supportive. So if you want to pop in on this, come join us. We love it. Anybody want me to do a book walkthrough, by the way? I wrote 8 books. These are some of them. My bestseller is Fix That Shit. That's the couples book. This is how you get a relationship from fighting to 0 fights. Second bestseller is No More Assholes. This is one that helps you find the right relationship. I love you back. I love you back, my love. You're very intelligent. Keep doing what you're doing. I promise I will. I'm not stopping anytime soon at all. My man is everything. Makes me feel... The bracelet story. Okay, Miss Honey. Okay. Bracelet story. So I used to be like dull. And when I say dull, I mean like hair in a ponytail. Like my hair was like about this long. It was always in a ponytail, like no style to it whatsoever. My clothes was drab, my shoes were drab. Like I would go out to a club. Seriously, I would go out to the after hours. I would go to like the clubs in Toronto, but like in jeans and brown leather shoes, flats, right? Because seriously, like I go to take my pill and go dance all night long, right? And I had a fanny pack. I don't want to have a purse. I just want my arms, like I just want to dance, right? So just basically like a tank top, jeans, fanny pack, brown leather shoes. That was like my dancing outfit. My clothes don't define me as a person, but here's what happened. I went at I was working at a club. I made a friend there, Taylor. She said, do you want to come out with us? And I said, sure. Cause seriously, like the rave scene was my scene. So electric, house scene, let's go. So house, trance, awesome. So she said, do you want to come out with us when she found out that this was my scene? Because that was her scene. And I said, yeah. So she took me out to Toronto. And she's like super sparkly. Like, I mean, like this is like she stood out all the time because like her clothes, the makeup, the jewels on her skin, right? And we were like halfway through our night. And she had this bracelet, a rhinestone bracelet. It was about this thick on her wrist. And she was like holding my hand. And she turned to me. And she took the bracelet off her wrist. And she slid it onto my wrist. She put it on my wrist. And she held onto my hand. And she goes, you need to wear this. And she's tapping the bracelet. You need to wear this because you need to shine as much on the outside. And then she tapped to me right here as you do on the inside. And I went, like nobody had ever said anything like that to me before. And this was the group of girls that I came into. When I came into her group of girls, I came into a group of girls who said, it's okay to be pretty. We're not threatened by you being pretty. And I'd never been around that before. And that's what these girls did. Is I would show up in my job and they go, we're going to sparkle you up. And they would lend me their clothes. Taylor taught me how to do makeup. And that night changed me when she said, you need to wear this because you need to sparkle as much on the outside as you do on the inside. It literally changed me. And every time I bought clothes after that, my first thing was I would pick the drab thing and then I'd hear her in my head and I go, Let me put this back. Let me try again. And I'd pick something that I had been afraid to pick because I was afraid to be pretty. I feel this. Taylor needs to join a live. I do think about that, by the way. I do want to bring Taylor on a live. I've thought about calling her because right now my internet is not good. So I would need to call her so that I could have her on the landline, and then I could literally have her on live that way. Otherwise, I'd be pulling too much bandwidth if I did if I FaceTimed her or something. Such a genuine love story. I love. Yes, look at me now. I know. What were the problems with your husband before? I had a lot of insecurity because he was a baby daddy and a good man. And a good man who's a baby daddy takes very good care of their ex because they want their ex to be happy so the kids are happy. And so I had a lot of insecurity when we first got together because of that. Does she not live close to you or to appear in person? She is in Aurelia, so she's 2.5 hours away. We love the baby daddies, yes. Yeah. We love the baby daddies. How to be more intimate with my boyfriend. Kiss him every day. 2 kisses a day, minimum 5 seconds each. Also, show a lot of gratitude for what he does. Gratitude goes a long way. I have what ifs about my ex and me. We fought, but I still miss him. Define your next relationship, my love. Don't go back to the same thing. What's your opinion on arranged marriage? They tend to last. They tend to last because these are people who go into it understanding they need to learn to love each other. Also, their parents have gone through the same thing, so they're very good. They guide them, right? The parents very much help guide their relationship. They're great counselors. They teach them how to stop fighting. They teach them how to be good to each other. They teach them how to love each other. I'm reading Fix That Shit with my boyfriend every week. I love that. That's so sweet. So sweet. My ex is on a date with a girl now he's been seeing for a month and I'm hurting with anxiety. Grab no more assholes, my love. Start, instead of looking at him, start looking at what your next relationship is going to be. Boyfriend doesn't work. I think I should break up with him. I agree. You should break up with him. Don't be with somebody you can't build a life with. If you are not working, then finding a job should be a full-time job. Right? Like, listen, like when I was putting my business together, I was writing books for a couple years. I wasn't making money, but I knew what I was doing, right? I knew what I was doing and I knew this would work, but I just needed to put it all together. So there was, a couple of years where my husband was like, do you think maybe you should get a job? Because I wasn't generating a whole lot of income. It was like little spurts here and there. But I was working, like I literally was working 80-hour weeks. I was spending like the first half of the day writing books, the second half of the day creating content for my website, making my website, creating content for my YouTube channel, my podcast, networking, saying yes to every opportunity that came up. So I really was working a lot, but it wasn't generating money, but I was working. And now my business is successful because I took all this time and I created so much to help my business. But if he's not working and he's not doing anything, then yeah, absolutely. Do not be with somebody who's lazy. Don't be with somebody who doesn't have work ethic. Don't be with somebody who is not working or making finding work a full-time job. How do you know if you're with the one? They are loyal and devoted. They practice the 3 Ps, protect, profess, provide. They pass the, is he a long-term thinker or selfish, or is he a selfish short-term thinker or long-term thinker test, which is the 12 character traits. If he doesn't get at least a 9 out of 12, he's a selfish short-term thinker. So he needs to be a generous long-term thinker. He needs to make you laugh more than anybody else. And he needs to practice the 3 Ps, which is protect, profess, provide. If someone is in school full-time, they're working towards something, right? Where do I find the list? In No More Assholes. So you can get No More Assholes on Amazon or anywhere you buy books online. Guys, you can get my books on Amazon or anywhere you buy books online. Do you guys, anybody want me to do a book walkthrough? Boyfriend and I argue a lot. I shut down and get quiet, but he pushes me to talk. What do? You get fix that shit. Start doing what is in fix that shit. Are you Buddhist? You have 2 Buddhist statues there. So I am non-denominational. In every religion, there's links, right? If you study every religion, and I studied a lot of religions, book walk through. Okay. I studied a lot of religions to try and find God. And I did. God just is. We are God. We are creators. We manifest, right? So, you know, we are creation. We are creators. I have the Buddhist because it has the best understanding of that. So, and meditation is absolutely key. Meditation is key. And so I have them because they're sitting, right? Custom made. Is that chapter 37, the 12 traits on No More Assholes? I think that's it. Yeah. Yeah, actually I had seen your books long before I ever knew about you. I want to know the story. Carlene, tell me the story. Tell me the story. I'll be reading Say Yes to Goodness before I sleep tonight. Love it. I need to see the story, Carlene. I need to see that story. Can you do a book walkthrough on Fix That Shit? Yes, I will. We are God, Chantal. When the Christians are going to cancel here. I know. But even God says, right? Amazon loves you. They always promote your books. What? That's amazing. I love that. Thank you. How do you forgive a good man? He made mistakes, not unforgivable, but hurt me deeply. Start with meditation to reduce your stress, fear, and anxiety, and keep pulling yourself into the moment. It will show up on my searches. I love that. Keep pulling yourself into the moment, and write a cheat sheet on them. What do they do? What do they say and do to prove to you that they love you and are devoted to you? Love that. Thank you for sharing. Do you think it's okay to talk to more than one person? Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Okay, book walkthrough. Book walkthrough. Here we go. Okay, so I start with the fresh start. So come back queen. This is getting over a breakup. Some of you guys were talking about this tonight. How do I heal from the pain? How do I move on? How do I get over him? You know, oh, he's dating somebody new now. It hurts. Come back queen. And heal that pain. Get out of that funk, my love. Time for you to process your emotions, heal your emotions so you can get into happiness again. Once you are relatively healed, I don't say you have to be perfect, but once you feel like, okay, I can breathe now. I can start moving towards my next relationship. You need to get No More Assholes. This is the book that is going to help you find your next relationship. Make sure you get with a generous long-term thinker, not a selfish short-term thinker. They're seriously, they are worth their weight in gold, my loves. After the First Kiss is the book that you read once you find that generous long-term thinker. Make sure you transition from courtship phase to reality phase. Don't vomit anger, insecurity, right? What else? Overthinking, right? This is really going to help you handle the transition from courtship to reality. But we're probably going to fight. Let's get real here. So if there is any fighting in your relationship, you need to fix that shit. It means you are vomiting emotional baggage from your past relationships, from the way your parents raised you. Maybe you just don't know how to relationship properly because of how your parents were. You know, maybe you never had role models, right? So if you don't know how to relationship and you guys are arguing, you guys are fighting, you want to put a stop to it, this is the book that's going to help you put a stop to it. This only works if you're with a generous long-term thinker. If you're with a selfish short-term thinker, dump the motherfucker, grab No More Assholes, get yourself a generous long-term thinker, and then dive into Fix That Shit. Because you can do everything in here with a selfish short-term thinker. Not going to work. He doesn't play fair. Custom Made is a book that goes really well with Fix That Shit. By the way, Fix That Shit is now an audiobook. You can only get it through the link tree in my bio though. What she teaches in Fix That Shit legit works. Yes, when you know, you know. My husband and I haven't had a fight in 5 years, you guys. We fought for 10 years. We haven't had a fight. We fought for 10 years, haven't had a fight in 5 years. So I don't ask you to do anything I haven't done myself, ever. So Custom Made is going to help you discover what your purpose is if you're not sure what it is. If you're upset because your partner doesn't instantly focus on you when you want it, if you're upset because they don't spend all their free time with you, I got Fix That Shit on Amazon Kindle. Yes, you got the kit. Like, so all my books are on Kindle. You can get all my books in e-reader form. You can get all my books in paperback, but audio you can only get through the link tree in my bio. So I answered 2 questions in Custom Made. What is my purpose? What am I here to do? And how can I turn that into a job so that I can make money off of it? Because I really do want you to get paid doing what you love. I agree. It's helped already. I love this. Love it. I love you guys. Dating 101. This is, I wrote this for parents to give to their teenagers so that their teenagers don't need no more assholes one day. So this is understanding the drives, behaviors, and emotions behind love. If you're a nerd, by the way, you're going to love this too. Fake love need not apply. This is how to avoid posers, losers, scammers, and predators. You actually do get this ebook for free if you hit my freebies button in the link tree in my bio. You'll also get some worksheets. I got worksheets for singles and worksheets for couples. So if you guys want some freebies, go get yourself some freebies. And then Say Yes to Goodness. This is how to be happy. So I talk about, and this is like super easy, but seriously, like so many people just live by this book. So this is 10 areas of your life that affect you and how you can approach them with the right mindset and the right behaviors so that your life smooths out into happiness. I've been over my 7-8-year-old relationship. We were engaged, so now maybe I'll check Custom Made. Love that. Love it. Guys, I'm going to tell you how you can get some more freebies. I have an Instagram page, so go follow me on Instagram because I do a coaching giveaway every month, and I do make my Instagram page very fun, very engaging. What else? Like informative, right? So every day, something fun, something informative. Something for you to engage with, something for you to learn, something to refresh you. I got a Q&A on attraction right now. So I love hearing from you. We are writing a booklet right now on long distance relationships. So stay tuned. I'm writing 2 more books too. I'm writing a dating book for men. That's the perfect play. I'm also writing a relationship book for men. It's going to be Fix That Shit for Men. I do want you to go to my YouTube channel, go to my Let's Meditate playlist, go listen to track number 2 with headphones. It will change your life. My Let's Meditate playlist, guys, find whatever you want on there and listen to it with headphones. It's going to shrink your amygdala. That's your fight or flight. That's stress, fear, and anxiety. This is cortisol and adrenaline. This is what makes you so ready to get into it with your partner. If you want to stop fighting with your significant other, you need to shrink the part of your brain that is fight or flight. You need to increase the part of your brain that is introspection and compassion. You will be less reactive. You will be more forgiving. You will be calm. So if you guys want a better relationship, it does start with meditation. If you guys want to find a better relationship, it does start with meditation because meditation reduces your anxiety. Like attracts like. If you are anxiously looking for a partner, you will find an anxious partner. If you are in fight or flight mode, you will get with somebody who's in fight or flight mode. You will fight. So get started with the meditation, guys. Go to my YouTube channel, go to my Let's Meditate playlist, pick anything on there that you like, but if you don't know where to start with track number 2. Also, anybody who wants a coaching session, go hit up that one-on-one button in the link tree in my bio. It's going to take you to a page. Just follow the instructions to book yourself in for a session. I really do make it easy. You can see for yourself what my availabilities are and just go ahead and book yourself in for that session. Are you a healer by any chance? I can sense your energy through the screen. I believe that I am. That is my purpose. My purpose is to come and teach love. And love is a healing emotion. Because love is the opposite of anger. It is the opposite of hate. It is the opposite of frustration. So I'm here to teach peace, calm, and love. And like love in that most gentle, uplifting, love is a verb, love as gratitude, right? So that is what I'm custom made to do, is to come and teach you guys how to be happy in your relationships, because I know that doesn't just matter to you, it matters to the kids who are watching you. So if you change your behaviors and you become better, you become role models, your kids become human beings who choose great relationships and have great relationships. And this is how we break this pattern that we are seeing right now of like all these split up homes, all these unhappy couples, all these children being raised by unhappy people. It needs to stop, and that's what I'm here to do. So I do have a podcast. You can find links to my podcast. Like I've got a link to my Spotify, a link to iTunes. If you just Google Canada's Dating Coach podcast, like I am on every podcast player there is. So I do believe online dating works. So you guys can go check out my podcast if you want. I love to interview like really great people on TikTok, and you will find those interviews on my podcast and on my YouTube channel. So do make sure you guys go check that out, because I love bringing you interesting, intelligent people and talking about dating and relationships with them. So check that out, you guys. Who here has checked out my YouTube channel and or my podcast? Say I have. Can guys and girls be friends? Guys and girls can absolutely be friends, right? We just because there's a certain genitalia doesn't mean you can't be platonic. Doesn't mean you can't love each other in a platonic way. I have. So awesome. Jabru. I love it. Love it, Kelly. My boyfriend is the one who hasn't kissed me yet. It's been 3 months because he wants to wait. That's so cute. Respect. I love that. I'm going to go, you guys. I'm going to give you guys one more chance to make sure you get a notification when I go live. So click my picture here once or twice. You're going to get a pop-up. In the pop-up is a bell. Make sure you also take some time to go into your settings on TikTok and click your notifications and turn your notifications on. Guys, when you hit that bell, say I just did. You also want to go into your phone settings and make sure your notifications are turned on your phone as well, for TikTok, so that you get that push notification when I go live. What else? Ooh, just did. I love it. Welcome. Welcome. Have a good Monday. I will. Gotta do some more writing. I am knee deep in The Perfect Play for Men, which is the dating book for men, which is awesome. Of course, I did slip in a dump the motherfucker in there, saying that if they didn't, like I helped them understand the difference between being a guy, a selfish short-term thinker, and a man. And I said, look, like I'm telling women to go find men. So if you don't man up, I guarantee you, I'm going to tell her to dump the motherfucker. I can't wait for a session. Me too, my love. Taylor. I love it. Okay, my loves. Good night. Have a good night. I'm really glad my shirt didn't pop open. Mwah! I love you. I will see you soon. Have a good sleep. Baby, you doubled my viewer count.